Hey, welcome to the Better Postpartum Podcast. I'm your host, Angel Swan, crunchy Christian mama to one and postpartum doula to many. I help moms care for their bodies, minds, and newborns naturally during the first 3 months after birth. If you're looking for pro tips on how to nurture your body naturally after childbirth, take care of your newborn baby using crunchy mama methods, and help your whole family thrive during the 4th trimester, you've come to the right place. We've got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. I'll see you inside the episode. Hey, mamas. So today, I'm going to be telling you the 3 things that you need to do before your baby arrives. All right, thing 1, organize the nursery and set up your home for your baby. So you're going to have mountains of baby clothes and baby gear, especially if you have a baby shower. Personally, right, I asked for no clothes. I said, we have clothes. Someone from our church was really lovely and donated so many clothing items to us for free. And so I didn't need any more clothes. I actually liked the clothes that we had. And I said for my baby shower, please don't buy me any clothes. But guess what? When you're having a baby, especially a baby girl, people want to play dress up and they give you all the clothes. So I literally had, I think it was 10, maybe more, 10 trash bags full of baby clothes. And that's a lot because like their outfits are really small. So just keep in mind, like you're probably going to have mountains and mountains of baby clothes lying around your house. And instead of like waiting until your baby's here to like figure all that out, instead of waiting and then being overwhelmed, trying to find the outfit that's going to fit your baby today, digging through those piles of clothes, how about you set up your home for your baby, dig in, organize the clothes now before they arrive, because trust me, especially during the first 2 weeks, even through the first 2 months, you're probably not going to have the time or the energy to really get yourself organized once your baby arrives, because they demand a lot of your attention. So what you're going to do is we're going to Marie Kondo the heck out of this, okay? If you haven't read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, it's really great. It's inspirational. She'll make you want to throw out all of your things. But we're just going to make it a little bit simpler for your baby home organization here. So I want you to unpackage all of the baby items and lay them out on the floor. Yep, all just on the floor. Lay them all out. Every single baby thing. You're going to put it out in front of you so you can see everything that you have. The best way for you to organize all the baby outfits and all the other gear is to go by category. So what you're going to do is look at what you have, organize it into categories based on what you have in front of you. So some common examples of categories would be clothes, and then you actually do subcategories of the clothes based on their size. You might also have a lot of bedding, bottles, toys, books. Just look at what you have and go from there. If you notice you have a cluster of things that are all really similar, you have a category. So just take note of what you have and go from there. You're going to separate your gear into those categories, and then you're going to survey your space. And this is especially important if you're working with what you already have. If you're not buying a bunch of like extra special baby furniture, which I do not think you need to do. You do not need a changing table. I'll talk about that another time. So survey your space, okay? You might have a little closet for them. You might have a dresser to hold their things. How much space do you have in your dresser to hold the things that you are going to be using daily? Think about what you're going to be using every day. Diapers, wipes, clothes, swaddles, burp cloths. These are things you're going to use every day. Can you fit that stuff in the dresser? The things that you're going to use the most, you put in the top drawers. Things that you're going to use a little less frequently go in the middle. Things that you won't use as often are going to go in the bottom. Do you have a closet for them? for all the baby stuff? How much space is available in the closet? The closet's a good place to keep your back stock. Extra diapers, baby clothes that are too big right now, extra wipes, maybe extra crib sheets if you have a bunch of crib sheets, or maybe toys that people got for you that are just not age appropriate for a newborn, but they might enjoy another day. All that stuff can go in the closet because you're not going to be needing it right now. Hey lady, did you know that I have some really fun and helpful freebies up on my website? I've got a postpartum planner to get you prepped and ready for life with your new baby. My planner walks you through building up your support system, setting yourself up for breastfeeding success, postpartum meal planning, and more. If you want to grab my free postpartum planner, head on over to postpartumcompanion.com and check out my free resource library. Now, back to the show. Once you have categorized your baby gear and surveyed your space, you're going to put everything away. And you're going to make sure that what you have and what you need to use daily is going to be readily available. So that's the stuff that's going to go like in your dresser, on top of the dresser, whatever, wherever you're going to be storing it, it needs to be readily available. And then what you're not going to use every day can go in a separate space, like stowed away. So that could be in the closet. If you like have storage underneath your bed for just random stuff like your out of season clothes, it can go under there. You need to get creative. And ooh, I love organizing, you guys. I have gone into clients' homes and just kind of do all of this for them. So if that's something that you're interested in and you're local to the DC metro area, you can actually just hire me to come out and do this all for you. Rent me for a day and I will come and organize all your baby stuff. If you are not local and you still want help with this, I'd be happy to guide you through this through a video call. So I'll have you kind of do everything that we mentioned above, but then you get my expertise on where to put each thing based on your space, based on your needs, and based on what you have. I'm a really big advocate for working with what you have instead of buying extra stuff. So if that is something that you like to do, I'm your girl. All right. So the second thing that you need to do before your baby arrives is to create a postpartum plan. You need to know what you're going to do after that baby is home with you. And if you don't know what you're going to do, then you're going to be in a bit of a pickle and you're going to be stressed out because you're trying to figure everything out at the last minute. So when you're making your postpartum plan, you need to first and foremost build a postpartum support system. It takes a village to raise a child. It truly does. And I know that we're in a season right now where it's hard because of the pandemic, because of COVID. But you need to have, if possible, you need to have an inner circle of people that you have a set terms with. You know, we're not going to do X, Y, and Z because it's deemed unsafe. If you want to have somebody come in, live in with you, I know some of my friends have had their moms, quarantine for 2 weeks and then come and live with them for a month or two. And that's been great. So if that's something that you can do, that's a really good idea. So build your postpartum support system. So that can be your trusted friends, your trusted family that are in your circle that you know they're going to be safe, especially now. You need to know that they know how to take care of a baby. That's an important thing. They might be a great family member or friend, but do they know how to take care of a baby? That's why you got to figure all this out beforehand, because if you're stuck after a baby arrives, you're going to be desperate and you're going to let just anybody come in and help you out because you're going to be so desperate and need a break. And once you've built up your support system, now you're going to start making a meal plan. What are you going to eat? You don't want to be eating out every day. I know that's not what you want to do. I know it. So how are you going to fuel your body with clean, whole foods? Remember, I've said this before, you need to be eating stuff that you can grow in a garden. That's going to be the best way to feed your body. So when you're busy taking care of your baby, what are you going to eat? Are you going to make a meal train? Who's going to set that up for you? Who is going to bring you the food that you want to eat? Are you going to make your own food? You can do that. You can prep all the food and put it in pans ready to go, and then pop it in the freezer. And then once you're ready to eat it, you can put it in the oven and heat it up and cook it, and you have food. So what are you going to do? You need to know, because you're not going to be eating out every day. That's just not realistic. It's just not, and it's not healthy. Don't do it. And you need to know what to expect. So what I mean by that is, do you know what's normal for you as a healing postpartum mother who just gave birth? What's normal for you, and what's normal for a baby? Have you had a baby before? Maybe you haven't. You probably haven't if you're listening to this. So what is normal? Who are you going to call when you're not sure if what you're experiencing is normal, or maybe it's not normal and you need to go to the doctor? Like, who's going to tell you what's normal and what's not? Hi, it's me. I'm a postpartum doula. I have virtual services. You can chat with me every single day. You can text me, is this normal? And I'll get back to you and tell you, yes, it's normal. No, it's not normal. Go to the doctor. Or if I'm not sure, because I'm not a doctor, but if I'm not sure, then I can direct you to the right resources and tell you, oh yeah, you maybe want to call your nurse advice line for this. So I'm a really good resource. Just going to plug myself there. So all of this stuff is stuff that you need to know, and you need to plan it out before your baby arrives. Hey lady, did you recently welcome a new baby into the world? Are you spending hours on Google trying to figure out what's normal and what's not, only to become even more overwhelmed by all the conflicting information that's out there? Stop wasting your precious time Googling all the things and spend more time snuggling your cute little baby. Ask a postpartum doula instead. As your virtual postpartum doula, you'll have access to me every day via WhatsApp chat. We can text, send photos and voice messages back and forth whenever you have a question or just need emotional support. I will give you encouragement, resources, and evidence-based advice to all your questions. In addition to the daily chat support, you'll also have a weekly video call with me, which is a great time to get live one-on-one support with breastfeeding, baby wearing, pumping, diapering, you name it. I can do live demonstrations and coach you while you do it yourself. Last but not least, all of my virtual clients and my in-home clients get access to my online courses for free. I'm currently offering Newborn Care 101, and we'll be adding Breastfeeding 101 and Cloth Diapering 101 very soon, so stay tuned for those. If this sounds like a good fit for you, then head over to postpartumcompanion.com/work-with-me and schedule a free postpartum planning session to get started. I can't wait to support you on this new motherhood journey. Now, back to the show. Lucky for you, in addition to my chat support every single day, I actually made a postpartum planner that covers all of this stuff and more. So it covers things like getting ready for breastfeeding success, building that support system, because that's a whole other thing. If you have older children, it helps you plan for your older sibling care, and it helps you to establish parenting roles. So who's going to do what when the baby arrives, to help keep the peace after baby arrives, because it's going to be kind of nuts for a little while. Your head's probably going to be spinning. You're probably going to be overtired and exhausted, and communication's going to be down the crapshoot. So having this little checklist that I've made for you of like who's going to do what can really help. So it's 8 pages, and it's really easy to fill out. It gives you kind of everything that you need as far as planning. So it's my free postpartum planner. If you go to postpartumcompanion.com, scroll down to my free resource library, and it's right there for you. You just click on it and you'll get your free download. And, I will say this, if you are not making a postpartum plan, you're kind of missing out on valuable time after your baby arrives to be like really spending time bonding and getting to know your new baby. So that's why it's especially important that you actually do this stuff before your baby arrives, because newborns, they grow up really fast. I've said it before, I will say it again. These days are really, really short and they're really precious. Okay, so don't miss out on this opportunity to bond with your new baby. I know you don't want to do that. So go ahead and make your plan now and get my free planner. Okay, and the third thing that you need to do before your baby arrives is to secure your postpartum doula support now. Get your postpartum doula on the books right now, okay? Because postpartum doulas, like myself, we live that on-call life. Usually, people are not smart about it and they don't plan ahead. You need to be that person to plan ahead because you don't want to be in the weeds, desperate for some support. And then you give me a call and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, my schedule is full. You got to go look somewhere else. And then you call the next person, I'm sorry, my schedule is full. Got to go look somewhere else. Like, it's a real thing. It's real. It's really hard to find good support, good professional postpartum support at the last minute. So if you go ahead and schedule it now, you have time to meet with the doula. You have time to make sure that you guys are going to be a good fit for each other because not everybody is meant to work with every single person. So just remember, like, we're on call. Our schedules fill up really fast. And if you want that level of expert postpartum care and support, then you need to book your postpartum doula now. Do not wait until after your baby is here and you're overwhelmed by all the things that you realize now, oh, I actually don't know what's going on with this or that. Because you don't know what you don't know. And new things are going to pop up every day that you don't know. And you're going to be unsure. And I'm not trying to prey on your fears. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you the real deal behind postpartum, being a postpartum mom and having a new baby. It's just what it is. And there are way too many differing opinions out there on the internet. So like when you're Googling, is this normal, blah, 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 when you're Googling these questions, there's a lot of conflicting information out there. And you really need someone who's done all the research for you and can present that information to you in a way that's not going to like make your head spin and make you really overwhelmed. So even if I don't know the particular answer to your question, I actually work with a network of 50 plus doulas, postpartum doulas to be more specific, who, they've maybe have more experience than me, or they've experienced this thing that I haven't before. And we can bounce ideas off of each other and we can do the research together so that you don't have to. You just ask me and I send you a message back. And then you're saved like hours of Googling all this stuff. And you have more time to be hanging out with your growing family. And trust me, like, this is so important because not only are you going to be saving time and like being able to spend more time bonding with your family, but you're going to be really like sleep deprived. And you really, really, really need to have an expert alongside you who's going to be able to guide you through all of the really important decisions that come in those early days. So don't wait. Hop onto my website, postpartumcompanion.com, and schedule your free 15-minute postpartum planning session with me and get on my calendar before it fills up. We'll have 15 minutes to kind of talk about your unique needs, see if we'll be a good fit. And if it's a match made in heaven, then you're going to hop on my calendar and we're going to make sure that you have all the support in place, all the support systems ready to go so that when your baby arrives, you can just enjoy it. You can enjoy the fourth trimester, that postpartum period, the newborn days. Because without having the systems in place, the support system ready to go, it's really hard to be able to just sit and live in the moment and really enjoy it. So get on my schedule your free 15-minute postpartum planning session at postpartumcompanion.com, and we'll get all of that stuff situated for you. All right. I hope you learned something today. I hope if you didn't have a plan already and you're pregnant and getting ready for postpartum, I hope I kicked you in the pants so that you're getting all of this stuff ready so that you're ready to be the best mom that you can be. If you like the show, please, please, please rate and review my podcast. It would mean so much to me. And every great rating from you brings another mom closer to the podcast so that she can learn and get encouragement as well. So please take a moment and rate and review my show. Again, it would mean so much to me and it would really help a lot of other moms just like you. All right. Thank you so much for listening. I had a lot of fun talking about this today. I'm really passionate about organizing and planning, so this was a fun one for me. Thanks again, you guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Hey lady, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, would you do me a huge favor and rate and review this podcast? The more ratings we get, the more moms we can help. If you want to get more postpartum tips and encouragement, subscribe to this podcast and hang out with me online. You can read my blog at postpartumcompanion.com/blog, hang out with me on Instagram at postpartumcompanion, and join my free Facebook group called Crunchy Christian Mamas. If you have your own postpartum story that you'd like to share, head on over to postpartumcompanion.com/podcast and submit an application to be on the air. Thanks again for listening, and be sure to subscribe and meet me back here next week. Have a blessed day, and don't forget to pray. Bye-bye now.